About to go tell the birds who won Bird of the Year. Hey guys, guess who won Bird of the Year 2020? Bloody Kakapo again. Can you believe it? They couldn't believe it either. The results from the Bird of the Year 2020 election are in. Do we agree? No. I dispute this list, and I'm going to tell you why. We have received intel from Radio New Zealand about who the top 10 birds in this year's Bird of the Year competition were, and I'm going to be reordering them in terms of who I think should have won. Because I can, because I think these birds deserve justice, and people need to know why they deserve the top spot, okay? Last video, I made a tier list of the past winners of Bird of the Year, and I ranked them based on certain qualities, what I think makes an excellent bird. The fairy tern. Basically they don't even build a nest, they just scrape out a little section of sand. Like that's pathetic. As the manager, I need to speak to somebody about this bird because this is not what I ordered. Sugar, spice, everything nice. No, a good call. Beauty plays an important role in the environment. You know, it's contributing to the ecosystem. Maybe it eats berries and it disperses the seeds of trees, that kind of thing. Can it overcome the struggle of surviving in nature? Because it is a struggle. Many of us forget that in our comfortable lives these days. If it's got a good personality, then that's just brilliant. A good personality will get you to a lot of places in life, and one of those places might be the Bird of the Year winner. And rare or elusive or mysterious. I like a chase, keeps me coming back. Get rid of Kakapo, get out of here man, you've already had your chance. And that's the main reason for knocking the Kakapo off the #1 spot. So people get 5 votes, right? And Toroa received 2,000 first place votes. That means that 2,000 people wanted Toroa to win, and yet it didn't. That's just 2020 for you. So albatross are pretty impressive birds, right? They have the biggest wingspan. 3 meters. Now, 3-meter wingspan is huge. Absolutely huge. They're also intrepid. They leave home and then they fly around the world for 5 years on average. Sometimes 10 before they actually come back and they touch the land. And they're also very pretty. Things like the buller albatross, look at those brows man, snatched. Some of them are a little bit gawky looking. They're also friendly to the LGBTQI community. Sometimes you get albatross pairs that are female-female, male-male, just out of preference, just because they can. We like an inclusive bird. Banded daughterals. Now why do they speak to me for 2020? It's because they represent the struggle. You might not know this, they're actually rarer than the great spotted kiwi. They've had pretty drastic population declines over the last 10 years, 30 to 70%. What with feral cats, motorbikes on beaches, cars on beaches. They're mysterious. If you go to the beach, they're probably there, but you probably just can't even see them. That's how well camouflaged they are. I mean, look at this. They've got the brown stripe across the front and it looks exactly like seaweed that washes up on the beach. The chicks look like little pebbles. It's just perfect camouflage. I love that about them. They also have a cool trick if there are predators around. The adults, they pretend to have a broken wing or something like that and they run away from the nest to try and distract. So that's a good adaptable quality. Just a little bird that deserves a lot more attention than what it's getting. Feel are just generally the cool kids on the block, okay? They're beautiful and blue. Their ducklings are off the chain cute. They're actually one of the rarest birds in New Zealand. They only live in very specific habitats, so they do lose a couple of points for adaptability there. They live in white water rapids, so they're just cool. They've got specialised feet for paddling in them, and they've got specialised lips for sucking up little invertebrates that are on the rocks. They're an indicator of good freshwater quality, which is a problem we have here in New Zealand. Hello Jacinda, are you listening? Can you please stop the runoff from the cows? If you've got blue ducks in the environment, it's a very good sign it's a healthy river. They are protecting the right to a good Kiwi summer river swim. Okay, in spot number 4, we had the Karerea, which is the black robin. Okay, so just for the fact that the black robins are on the Chathams and not on mainland New Zealand, I I knocked them down a point there. I know, controversial, but it was a tricky decision because they do have such a cool backstory, and we love a good backstory for a bird. Their numbers got so low that in the 1980s there was only one female left and her partner plus 2 other males. 4 birds, count it, and now there's 250. And they managed to save the species from the brink of extinction. It's also a freaking cute bird, okay? Like, look at that. Look at that little face. They're actually not related to the Northern Hemisphere robins at all. The reason why they get that name is because they have a similar personality where they're quite friendly and they'll come check you out. So they definitely get rare points, they get cute points, they get personality points. The only native owl that we have left in New Zealand. Birds of prey are very important. They can eat the introduced predators that we have in New Zealand, the mice and the rats. Excellent, excellent call. Okay, this is a staple of the New Zealand nighttime experience. If you hear a woo woo, that's a Morepork. They're also super cute. Just a little small owl, speckled. They're not rare, but they are elusive and mysterious. Owls are quite mysterious by nature. So Ruru, you're going right in the middle. So I moved Kaka just up a little point there. Beautiful bird. It's got the nice red on it. It's just a Wellington icon at this point, really. Never used to be. They actually went pretty much locally extinct from Wellington. They also play a pretty important role in the environment. They've got this super cool beak, hooked, so that they can eat all of these different kinds of foods, right? So they can eat insects, berries, so they disperse seeds, they can pollinate flowers, they do it all. Okay, so now we're heading into the zone of the birds that wanted just another little taste of fame, another little hit. So these are birds that I've already talked about in my previous video, so if you want to know more about these birds specifically, you can go and watch that. Automatically, because I've already won, I had to put them in the last 4 spots, alright? But I have ranked them a little bit based on merit. So at number 7, I put the Karearea, the native New Zealand falcon. I have huge respect for Karearea. That's because they are a bird of prey. They take on the mice, the rats. They're also beautiful, quite rare. You're not going to see them every day. And that's about all I have to say on that. Kereru, the wood pigeon, they get spot number 8 because they provide a very important role to the New Zealand forest. They're one of the only birds left in the country that can eat big fruits from big trees, and they disperse the seeds. They're also beautiful and very funny. They're silly, they crash into stuff, they get drunk on berries. Who needs to know any more, really? Little cutie, Fantail or piwakawaka, so I put them there because they're just so damn cute. They are definitely a fan favourite for people. They're not very rare, so people get to see them often. I suspect that's why they keep edging their way into the top 10s, just because who can say no to that face? Just because I'm so bitter about how this competition went, I put Kakapo at the bottom. I did. Now I realise I put you in top tier last video. And that is because you are an outstanding bird. By many standards, you look like moss. You're funny, you're rare, and you only live on a remote island where no one's ever going to see you in their life. You're a flightless, bloody parrot, for God's sake. But did you deserve to win Bird of the Year 2020? The first bird in this competition's history to take out the top spot twice? Okay folks, are you ready to see your winners? Sitting in at number 5, the fern bird. Bit of an underdog there. Number 4, albatross. Ooh. And your top 3, khaki. Who would have thought? Number 2, Fiol. Well done, Fiol. And the top bird of Bird of the Year 2020, and it's banded dotteral. Well done! Big round of applause for banded dotteral, everybody. Good night. So, did you agree with my reordering of these birds? You can let me know down below. You can even do your own ranking in the comments if you want. All of these birds are winners, Kakapo included, I suppose. I love that I live in a country where We show appreciation for our endemic birds, our native birds, but there always can be more done, and so that's why it's important to spread the word about these kinds of competitions and learn more about these birds. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Go back and watch my ranking of the previous winners if you enjoyed this, and I will see you all next time. Bye!